Studio check.
Frequencies check.
We are live on air.
You are listening to The It Factor, blessing the airwaves. Take the journey into the world of sports, news, entertainment, while embracing the hottest beats on the planet. Rocking the mind, body, and with energy, electricity, and a splash of controversy. Now, without further ado, it's our pleasure to bring to you
The biggest show in the world.
Biggest show in the world.
the biggest show in the world, the SBTV Nation.
It's your boys, The Dream and the Mad Hat in the house. And today's song is dedicated to the Donald Trump supporters. Please breathe.
Dream, you really wanted to open with that?
I did want to open with that. As I've been back and forth on Twitter, I don't know if you know, but Tuesday, I spent the whole day at odds. Obviously started by the infamous instigator, Shy Picks.
Oh, nice.
Started up with some, Trump gave some money to the black colleges. The minorities is happy. Please.
Dream, that was his first thing he said. His awesome speech to Congress, by the way. That was the first thing he opened up with, that he was concluding the month of Black History Month. That was his first comment.
Son.
Come on.
You know what? Here's my thing. If Trump wants to give money to black colleges, The Dream has no issue with it. Awesome.
Good.
Just, here's my thing. Trump supporters turned it into, oh, but what about Obama? Obama didn't get, like so what, dude? Like, really? Like, so, because Obama didn't do that or didn't give the money to the black, so now Trump's the man for the black people now, right? Come on.
He's the voice.
Do you really think that the black community is going to embrace Donald Trump over Barack Obama because he gave the black colleges some money? I mean, honest, let's think about that for 1 second.
Dream, he's the voice of the African American community now. That's it. Bottom line, we're talking about President Trump, the 45th president of the United States, who has, with one speech, and since November 8th, Dream, I don't know if you realize that the stock market is bananas right now. It's up to 21,000 at Dow Jones. And since November 8th, the stock market has posted a $3.2 trillion in gains, and customer confidence is at a 15-year high. Dream, I don't care. You could not like his personality. You could not like anything about him. You think he's a whatever. But at the end of the day, the guy's trying to do his job. You got to give it to him.
Well, look, so compared to like who wasn't doing their job? Like, so are you trying to say Obama wasn't doing his job?
Well, I don't know. I mean, everybody's so negative towards him. I think they should back off a little bit.
Nobody's negative towards Trump.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So, guys, this is not a politics show. This is a sports show. But you know what, my boy, I think my boy needs to actually just embrace the Don just a touch. I really think he needs to.
It's not that I'm embracing it. It's not about me embracing the Don, okay? Because I've already said before, if Donald Trump fails, we fail, okay?
Yeah.
He's the president of the country, so, I'm all for him, and I want him to have success. My thing is, some people like to stir the hornet's nest, with his. First of all, Trump, if you really wanted to impress me, you would have gave to the black colleges before you became president, okay? Because you gave them federal money, which, by the way, is tax money, which, by the way, is our money, okay? If you gave it to them before you were president, it would have been your money. So that's the first thing I want to bring up about him giving out his money. Secondly, what'd you make a big deal about it for? Like you want to put that out there, like look at us. So look at me in the media helping out.
Blah, 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 blah. At the end of the day, Dream,
how come all the time Donald Trump been around, all the billions and millions of dollars that he got, okay, for all these years, he never gave nothing to black colleges.
Well,
now all of a sudden,
we all know it's style
on
points.
On the cusp of his big speech, he decides to donate to a black college. Don't you think that timing is just a little bit coincidental? Kind of like Colin Kaepernick not standing for the national anthem right when he's told he's getting benched for playing Gabbert.
It's for style points, Dream. You already know that. Come on. Everybody knows that. But whatever. It is what it is. He's still doing it.
Speaking of style points, Rick Lopez just sent Green and Peach, and the style points just jumped off the page.
Oh, yep. Exactly. Oh, that's the best one, Rick. Right there.
Rick, you nailed it. The other one looks like some stuff like maybe you might have ran into.
ran into what at the Spanish bar, Dream, like in the hood.
The other one looked like you might have just that looked like local type stuff.
Good morning to everybody. We are the SBTV Nation. In case you're a newcomer, welcome to the party and welcome to the antics.
Program.
This is a sports program.
A little bit of everything.
Right on. Dream.
A little bit of everything.
Dream, the Celtics beat the Cavs last night.
Celtics beat the Cavs. Isaiah Thomas is feeling himself a little bit. Listen, you know what? The Boston Celtics now.
Stop.
No. Don't. I'm not going there. Okay, I'm not acting like a Trump supporter.
Shut up.
The Boston Celtics, though, quietly with that game that they played in Toronto last Friday, that seemed to push them a little bit and seemed to irk them. I feel now a little bit more swagger out of them and a little bit more, we're getting ready to start playing up to our ability. I like what I've seen out of them since. I mean, it hasn't been a lot. They've only played 2 games since then, but they seem to now have a little bit of edginess about them that it may be time to take a look at Boston because Boston may be up and coming as far as that East is concerned. I was always on line. Like, I do like Atlanta. Talked about Atlanta being the second best team in the East. However, this Celtics team, I mean, a lot of moxie. They play hard. You know, they give you a full game. They're physical. You know, the defense is decent, sound. This team, just keep an eye on them.
Well, if LeBron goes down, then the East is kind of wide open because you know how they play without him.
Well, it's cool because even if LeBron goes down, I'm available for them to pick me up because they can pick up anybody apparently in the country.
Yeah, right. Right on.
As they added Deron Williams and now Bogut waiting in the wings to get on this roster as well. They are still tinkering with this system, looking for the perfect pedigree. In the meantime, the Golden State Warriors add Matt Barnes.
Matt Barnes, huh? Oof. God.
Add Matt Barnes to the roster to pick up the slack for Kevin Dizzle.
Oh, my God. So, yeah, I mean, you know, it just seems like now, is it me? Or are the Cavs like, is everybody like taking a little bit less money to join the Cavs? Just to be on a winning pedigree team.
Well, Deron Williams and Bogut, you know, Deron didn't want, Deron's probably, I mean, if he's not successful in Cleveland, he's probably done.
Oh, my God, for sure. And he's been bouncing around for a long time.
But that's my point. And his personality. But, dude, I mean, he should have, if he wasn't the personality that he was, he'd be playing, I think, for a few more years. So this is called, like, his agents probably talked to him and said, hey, listen, you need to go there, you need to shut your mouth, and you need to produce, because if you think you're going to get any more money out of the NBA, like, we got to do something with your image.
Well, the best place to go would be the Cavs.
No doubt.
You know, to make yourself successful. And you know what? At the end of the day, you know, when you look at the roster now, up and down, kid, their roster is really nice. The Cleveland Cavs. On paper, Kyle Korver, Kyrie, my boy, Tristan Thompson. I'm just rattling off the top. J.R. Smith, Deron Williams. They even got Def Jeff out there. I mean, they're there's a pretty stacked roster up and down.
It's on paper, it's dope. I mean, it's like, after you do Kyrie, LeBron, everybody else is inconsistent.
Oh, Kev Love.
Everybody else is inconsistent. One game they'll give you 25. The next game they'll give you nothing. It's a lot of inconsistency after. But
think about the depth they have now.
Well, yeah. Well, they're trying to match Golden State.
The depth, yeah, but Golden State had to get rid of a lot of decent players to bring Kevin Durant in. the depth.
Okay, they got rid of decent players, and all of the decent players together won't offensively add to what Kevin Durant gives you. So,
all right. Well, you know what? Not right now.
Well, not
considering
right now.
the fact that he's going to be out at least a month.
No doubt.
Minimum. So that's a little, I don't know, man. You know, and you're probably, I think they'll be just fine. I think they're going to win just as many games, believe it or not.
Well, of course they are, since they won that many last year without him.
Yeah, right, exactly. But they had no depth, or they have no depth now. So whatever. Either way, I think they're going to be all right. I think they'll probably still win 70% of their games, without
this
him.
may be nice, because as far as that Golden State Warriors are concerned, and work with me for a minute on what I'm talking about here. Okay, so Kevin Durant comes in at the beginning of the season. They look like they can't gel. It looks like it's not working.
Right.
So now, after that starts happening, all of a sudden it looks like they're gelling. Kevin Durant gets an opportunity to work in with the guys, and they're gelling. The chemistry seems to work right. Now Kevin Durant goes down. Okay. You're a little past that halfway point of the season, all right? So now Kevin Durant goes down. In the meantime, you have to find a way to win with the other guys. This gives you an opportunity to get other guys involved in the mix, get some experience, get some game time, some play. You can fiddle around with some of the rosters as far as who's, the chemistry of who you're putting together. And then in 4 weeks, you bring Kevin Durant back in.
Yeah.
I think this just prepares you that much more for what you need moving forward.
And it's not like they are fighting for a playoff spot.
Sin City Maverick wants me to talk about the Wizards. Sin City, the Wizards look like this every season. All right?
Right on.
Every season they look like they're going to be dope. They're going to make that next step and lose in the first round of the playoffs.
Exactly.
I'm not going crazy with the Wiz till they win in the playoffs.
Just remember something. That every year, LeBron James, and wherever he's playing, is going to be the odds-on favorite to make it to the NBA Finals in his respective conference.
No doubt.
But at some point, there's going to be a younger bunch that's going to come in. And at some point, LeBron's going to start his decline, as he gets older. So they just got to keep stacking them with young players, and it'll be just fine.
Sure.
So that's got to be the game plan right now moving forward as far as Cleveland is concerned. So the rest of the NBA dream, I do see that the Raptors, as he was talking about the Washington Wizards, they did beat the Raptors last night. And I got to be honest with you, Raptors, I think, have regressed this year. I think they're worse.
Lowry's not playing.
Yeah, I know, but even with him,
Raptors are all right. They're the same, the bunch. They get you in an ugly game. They're the same bunch. This Wizards team, which we have talked about, by the way, since I'm not picking on you. The Wizards are improved, and it would be like somebody trying to mess with me. You Trump people out there talking.
Trump.
The Wizards have improved. I do like what I've seen out of them this season. I just don't trust them, because every time I get excited about this team, they get murdered in the playoffs, and you can't even explain it. Like a couple of situations, I want to say even last season, it's like, dude, what happened? I don't know what happened with them, but they have looked better this season. They did go in and they beat the Raptors. It's tough to beat the Raptors, especially in Toronto. But with no Lowry on that team, it's a lot for DeMar DeRozan to try to handle.
They are the Cincinnati Bengals of the NBA. Period. That's who they are and what they do.
The Wizards?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yep.
Dream the Nuggles. Nuggles scored 110 last night in Milwaukee and got it done. They're only 5 games under 500 now. I think this team is clicking just a touch. Maybe it might be some good spots.
I'm gonna leave you with the no. I'm gonna leave you
with
no.
No. Nope.
The Spurs get it done last night. Beat the Pacers. Yeah. Kawhi Leonard comes through in the clutch. They beat the Pacers 100-99.
They did. But you know what happened to them? Why they didn't win by a lot? Because they were given double digits, baby. 10-point spread, and they did not cover. So, and that's the second one in a row that the Pacers covered, by the way. They played Houston the other night. They were getting 10. They won the game outright.
And guys, in case you don't know, Hat has been tracking double-digit
underdogs. And last night it didn't do so well last night, but the 2 nights before was 9-3. Not bad. Because, our mindset behind it, guys, is that, at the end of the game when it's a 12-point lead, incentive does a winning team have to put the foot on the jugular when they're up with like a minute to go? None. Period. You're going to win the game, and the other team's not fouling you. Just think about that. Just put that in your brains for a second. All right? Because the other team's not fouling you at that point. So if it's a 4 or 5 point lead, Dream, you're going to get the fouls back and forth, with a minute left. So,
but that's the but see, now sometimes that could be even more disastrous, though. Actually, you want to me, you want the 10-point lead.
That's what I'm saying.
When they don't care, right?
That's,
you want
that's
the 10
what I'm
point
getting
lead. They're trying to run out the clock. If you got like a 5 to 6 point lead,
it's different.
Now you got some issues, right?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying the double-digit favorites. At the end of the day, when they're up 12, going into the last minute of the game, they're not trying to drive to the hoop. They're chilling and running out the clock. So you know what? They're hanging out, whatever. Oh, well, bad pass, big deal. So then the opposing team gets it, hits a 3, and the double-digit dog covers for you. So that's the method behind it, guys. We've been doing this a long time. We're not saying we're the best or whatever. We're just a couple of gamblers here. But I'm starting to pick up on this, and I'm seeing it more and more. And during the game, Dream, even in the second half of college or the fourth quarter of the NBA, when you're basically up. If you have a close game, you're up the whole time if you're getting double-digit points.
Yep.
Which is nice. So I mean, if you're losing by 7, you're still winning the game based on the point spread. So I don't know. I think it's pretty cool, and the numbers. I mean, I've done the homework on the last couple of months with the numbers, and it works. So something to take.
Pat has done the numbers and the homework. Me, I'm still I can't take the Nuggets though.
You couldn't take the Pacers last night plus 10.
There's certain teams I can't do. I wouldn't have taken the Pacers plus 10, not against San Antonio. There's certain things, I'm not taking the team that's playing against the Spurs or Golden State or the Cavs, and I'm not taking, the Brooklyn Nets and the Sixers.
Golden State doesn't cover those big spreads, by the way.
I know they don't, but I'm not taking the other team. I do it,
Who
don't want to
cares?
cover.
If it's a system, it's a system or whatever. So,
true.
Moving on to the rest of it here, Dream. The Jazz got murdered by the T-Wolves. I wasn't on the game last night, but I just looked at the score and I wanted to fall over when I saw it.
You know what? Ever since you brought the Jazz to our attention, which I give you big ups on certain things, I got to give you a big not ups on the Jazz. They've been dusty.
Yeah, they're 13 games over 500. What are you talking about?
Listen, I said ever since you brought it up, and we started talking about them and started paying a little bit of attention to them, they have been, especially at home. Remember? We had them the other day. You loved them at home in that game. It was a while ago.
They're still in
first place.
And they lost
at home. They've been kind of shaky at home lately.
Well, they're still in first place. They're 20-12 at home, and they have a 500 record in the last 10 games, 5-5. So whatever.
He lost to the Timberwolves last night.
That's an awful loss, by the way. That's a very
27
brutal,
in your crib.
brutal loss. Dream, we haven't really talked about it. I gotta just ask you, the Lake Show, they have not improved.
What were you from last year?
Yeah, they haven't really improved that much.
It's not even improved from last year by leaps and bounds. What they haven't done is they haven't been able to maintain any consistency in moving forward after the All-Star break. They haven't looked that great, but there's a lot of tinkering going on with the Lakers right now. It's a work in progress. Obviously, Magic Johnson just got the job there. You brought in a new coach in Luke Walton this season. They're tinkering with this. It's probably going to be a minute before this team is really ready to be an issue. But, let's give them to the end of the season and, kind of get their legs. You're looking at least 2 seasons out for them to even be, worth an honorable mention, I think.
Yeah, definitely. My man Scott Weaver's asking me if we're making America great again over here, Dream. Listen. The protests have starting to dwindle out. The stock market's on the rise. Hey, I don't know. You guys could if you don't like them, you sit there and hate all you want. But at the end of the day, things are happening. Dream, so let's move over to collegiate hoop real quick.
Well, things are supposed to happen, though.
Well, good.
Our systems, what do you think? Everything's going to just shut down just because Donald Trump is president?
Nah, well, that's what everybody thought. That was on the streets.
No, they didn't. No, they
Okay, Dream, you on the
college hoop?
You're on the streets protesting. I know.
College hoop.
Don't let me see you on the news, kid.
College hoop. First of all, on Monday, we had Scott Weaver join us on the program. He was all over the University of Virginia. Good call by him. I don't know whether he put the wager in or not because he kind of got happy feet right around game time as there were a couple other people who were on it and he jumped off of it. Great call by him as far as the North Carolina Tar Heels losing. See, and I'm back to my issue with Roy Williams.
Right.
Because Roy Williams let Virginia dictate policy. His guys slowed down. Instead of North Carolina running, pushing transition, pushing the ball, they slowed down and played a lot of half-court offense with Virginia. Don't get me wrong. Virginia had something to do with that, and their defense had a lot to do with that too. And they went out and they enforced their will on that game. And good by them. But to me, North Carolina played a little bit soft. Terrence Mack, hit me back if you agree with that, because North Carolina did not push the ball like I'm used to them pushing it, and I think they kind of went through the motions in this particular game and didn't. There was one push when I think they were within 3, and I thought, all right, here we go, they're going to turn it on, and they just didn't turn it on. So great call by him for coming on the show and giving that particular play out. Got to give him some props for that.
There is a team that I've been following.
Yep.
And you know what? It's a very, very long shot of a dark horse.
And
you know what? Wake Forest beats Louisville last night, Dream.
I know. And I have to give you mad props. Great call. I even told somebody on Twitter last night not to take Louisville. I didn't like the line, and I didn't like the spot, and I did the home team dog superstition thing with you. In the Loch Ness Monster, and I agree with you 100%. It was good call by you, Happy, because you know what? Thanks to you, I honestly didn't play that game, because I was thinking about, hey, you know what? Maybe I can play Louisville. And I said, hey, you know what? He's been talking about this Wake Forest team. They're on the road. Kind of everybody's getting ready to get into their tournaments. I'm going to leave this alone.
Yeah, right.
Sure enough, Wake wins.
Yeah,
good
exactly.
Call.
And you know what? You got to look at it too, man, is that you have interconference matchups on the road. Those are tough. I mean, you go back to, Kentucky's dominant years where they would go to Auburn and lose, or LSU and lose, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've seen it for years now, time and time again. So, you know what? Looking at Wake Forest last night, and they were a 4-point dog. The nasty 4 points. Nasty.
So, it was like I said, thanks to you, I knew better than to go to that game.
Yeah, right.
I knew better than to touch that game. Now, I did look at Michigan State. I didn't like much last night, but I did look at Michigan State. Thought Michigan State was a live dog last night against Illinois. They ended up going down 73-70. Michigan State is flirting with not going to the tournament.
No, we're totally aware of that, man. And looking at the rest of it here, I mean, UCLA did their thing. And you know what? I was looking at, and I would have been stomach ache and wanted to throw up at 1 o'clock in the morning with this game, to be honest with you, because the game was at 11 o'clock at night. Yep. They scored 98 points, and the total was 171, which made it, I believe that their total was somewhere around like 96 or 97, their team total. And I was considering taking the under, but I didn't end up doing it, thank God. Because, you know what, I think I would have lost. I don't know what it changed to by game time, but I was thinking that, what if they're up 20, 30 points, why score over 100,
Because that's what they do.
Yeah. Right on, exactly. And, looking at the rest of it here, yep.
Great win by them. This UCLA team, I've talked about them. They're a problem. They're going to be a problem moving forward. They are a force. To me, they're the best team in the pack. I'm sorry, I'm going there. I don't care what everybody else thinks. To me, I've been hearing about Oregon, and people are trying to tell me that. I don't think Oregon's better than UCLA. I'm sorry, I don't. I think UCLA's better than Oregon. No. I just do. I think they do, and they have the dynamic scorer. So to me, UCLA. I can tell you right now, one of my brackets has UCLA winning the whole thing, and one of them's going to have North Carolina winning the whole thing. That I can tell you right now.
Florida gets it done over Arkansas.
Nice win by them.
It is a good win. And
you know what? I feel bad for this Florida team, dude, because
I get it.
Had they kept their center and stayed healthy, they would have been a problem.
I understand that. Northwestern, believe it or not, beat Michigan. And you know what? This team is most likely going to be in the tournament. 21 wins on the season, Dream.
Yeah, that's an interesting win. I do have that marked down. Interesting win by Northwestern. Bad job by Michigan. But once again, inconsistent gameplay. And once again, you got your big. Well, they weren't a big favorite, but you got Michigan on the road.
Yeah, right on. Exactly. And the road teams, we know how that shakes out all the time. Dream, looking at the rest of it here and, just going into today's matchups and stuff. I mean, you got some of these quarterfinals going on in these smaller conferences.
Sure.
Which is kind of cool. But I believe that, starting like next week, I think we're going to have some early games during the week and stuff like that. So we're going to have to look at it and, rock and roll. Because I know like Friday, for instance, there's 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 5:30, 6 o'clock. So start till like 3. So all you junkies got to start getting your plays in a little earlier going forward. What else you got for college hoop? You good?
College hoop, I'm good. The only other thing I want to mention is VCU went down last night, man.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of them this year.
I know you're not. They lost
been.
to Dayton. I don't know what happened. Dayton Flyers got a hold of them and beat them up, and that's a bad loss by VCU.
Nah, not really. Dayton's good. The Flyers,
but VCU needs that. To me, they need that momentum. You know what I mean?
The Flyers have been in the tournament, I believe, like 3 years in a row now.
All right.
So, you know what? They're not a bad team, and they always, conference winner or not, they usually are able to sneak in and get into the tournament dream. And then the rest of it was just like the regular conference, not the Power 5 conferences, but like the Northeast Conference Championship. The Ohio Valley was yesterday. A bunch of games like that. So, moving on. What else you got there?
That's it.
All right. So, Ice, what do you got?
Oh, okay. You would do a recap of last night as far as ice is concerned?
Real fast.
Yeah, I didn't love anything last night on the ice. There was, you only had 2 games. The Lightning beat the Hurricanes. The Blackhawks beat the Penguins. Bad loss by the Penguins. The Penguins are one of my teams, but last night was a night off for me. I didn't like anything last night. The night before, we did well. San Jose Sharks could be back, gang. We did win with the Sharks the night before, and I also did take Melo Trimble the night before.
I did too, yeah.
Maryland came through in the clutch. Also talked with my man Jim Roman's a douche. We were able to capitalize on Duke, Purdue, and Kentucky teaser.
Nice.
8-point teaser worked with Duke and Purdue and Kentucky the night before. Duke is, these teams are prepping up. Watch the next game. Now, North Carolina's got Duke Saturday. It's always a great rivalry. I don't care how bad either one of the teams are. They both come up to play. But North Carolina really needs to show Duke something and show the rest of the world something and go into their conference. I mean, they're home. If North Carolina does not handle this game and beat Duke like by double digits,
I'm with you.
I'm going to be a little bit upset.
Is that a hand play?
It could be.
Because
my thing is, it's such a rivalry though that if North Carolina can impose their will, they're supposed to go ham on Duke. That's just how it goes down. They got to go beat Duke down. So, and it's letting them know, get yourself ready for the conference tourney and for the major tourney. So, we got to keep an eye on that game moving forward, and that's going to be Saturday.
You know that they're going to be given like 6 or 7 points.
I know they are. And I know.
All right. So, let's move on and talk about what's going on tonight, Dream.
Let's talk about tonight.
I want to try to make some money tonight. Okay, so let's go over right quick to the NBA and see if there's anything there first. Then we'll go to college basketball and the ice, and we'll close it up out of here. Okay, so
we got NBA 3 games. Yeah. Bulls, Warriors, Hornets, Suns, Ooh. Thunder, Trailblazers. What you got?
None. I got nothing here. Nothing here whatsoever.
Out of there.
You may. Hey, listen. Not for nothing. Here. Without Kevin Durant, it may be time for some of those Golden State Warrior unders to come to form, Dream, as they're experimenting out there. Especially against a nasty Bulls team?
It's 219.
219.
I can't do it because, the Golden State, this is the Golden State team from last year.
Yeah, right.
I don't care. This is not there. So, Cats who was getting, that means that Steph Curry gets 4 more touches. Klay Thompson gets 5 more touches. Draymond Green gets 6 more touches.
He went 0 for 11 from 3 the other night.
No, right? He did. I know. Which, another reason, even more reason why not to touch it. He's probably going to go crazy tonight.
Take the over then, player.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm going to just leave it alone. All right. I don't like any of the pro hoop tonight.
I don't blame you. All right, so moving over to the NCAA, let's have a conversation of what's going on tonight. Dream, your team, your dark horse, Cincinnati's hosting Houston.
Cincinnati is hosting Houston tonight. This is a great matchup because this is probably going to be, can't forget about SMU too, but this is, these guys are preparing for their conference as well. They may see each other again in their own conference tourney. Cincinnati's given, what do you got there, 8.5?
Yes.
Damn, man, it's this too much.
I got a great one tonight.
That's too much in this particular matchup. If you can tease this, guys, with the 8-point teaser, which, by the way, I don't like teasers, but I got to be honest with you, with basketball, the 8-point teaser has been working with basketball.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's been working, so I can't get away from it. 8.3 teams works, and you make a little bit of money. So if you can throw the 8-point on this, I would go with Cincinnati. But you know what, guys? I don't like this game. I'd leave it alone.
One of my favorite squads these days
Minnesota
is playing in the Big Ten tonight, and they're hosting a 12-16 Nebraska Cornhuskers team, and that's Minnesota. I'm all over Minnesota tonight. They're -8, probably going to get rid of the points. I'm not going to lay that amount of points, though. I think I'm going to do a moneyline parlay, Minnesota all day.
I like Minnesota as well. Nebraska's not good. It's not even more about me liking Minnesota. It's more about how I don't like Nebraska and what I've seen out of them this season. That Nebraska team's not good, and I agree with you 100%. Minnesota wins that game without a lot of issues, and they will probably cover that spread. But
yeah,
I agree. You know me. I'm the same philosophy as you. Why bother with a spread when you don't have to?
No, exactly, unless it's double digits.
Right.
They take the opposing team. You got SMU Tulsa tonight. They're giving 17 points. They should they should rock Tulsa. I don't see any reason why they wouldn't. Let's see, going on. Hey, Dream, there's your Little Rock squad. They're playing 14 and 15 team. They're coming in. They got their sights set on Purdue this year. Let's see what else we got. Moving on. I mean, there are so many games here tonight.
All right, so I got a late night one, and I'll probably put it with your Minnesota. I got Utah. Utah's playing Cal. Utah's home tonight. This is a very interesting game. This is one of those games that I think Cal gets beat, and Utah. I like Utah at home. It's a hard venue to play at. This Cal team, don't get me wrong, Cal's pretty good. I watched Cal. They are pretty good. I just think that, being home is going to be too much for them as far as Cal's concerned. So being on the road is going to be too much for them. Being home will be a nice additive for Utah. It's very tough to win in Utah. I think Utah gets this game done. They're only -2.5. I like Utah in this spot. If you're going to get involved with that teaser, then you get Utah +6.5, and you get Minnesota at a pick.
Can we talk about a team that has lost 2 games in a row?
Yep.
That's home.
Wisconsin.
It's in the Big Ten again,
Yep.
hosting Iowa. Iowa came off a very, very emotional win the other night at Maryland. Yep. And you know what, Wisconsin, but they're -11, Dream. Damn.
It's ridiculous.
That's a lot of points.
Which is ridiculous. But you throw the 8 on Wisconsin, get them down to 3, and you're good.
Yeah, I like Wisconsin tonight to get it done as well.
Yeah, Wisconsin wins. I don't think they win by 11, but I like them to win tonight. That's just because they got to stop the bleeding. It was kind of like the same situation we had with Maryland. You finally get home, stop a little bit of the bleeding. You got to get this win. So, yeah, I'm kind of with you with Wisconsin. I think Wisconsin bounces back tonight as well.
All right, sounds good. And, you got a bunch of other teams here that are playing, obviously, in their conference championships. And, you got that Utah team playing in the Pac late tonight. And I don't really see anything else other than double-digit dogs that I'm getting involved in tonight, to be honest with you. That's it. That's all I got for a college hoop. I like Wisconsin. I like both games in the Big Ten. I like Wisconsin, and I like Minnesota.
Wisconsin and Minnesota. For a third, you know what? You might want to lean towards Memphis. Memphis is playing Tulane tonight, and this Memphis team, it's a 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time start. Memphis has been a pretty decent team as well. Tulane is absolutely dreadful. 6 and 23 on the season. Memphis is a game Memphis should win. If you throw the 8 on Memphis there, I know they are -12. You throw the 8, you get them at 4. I think you're solid. So Memphis, Wisconsin, and Minnesota is what the Dream is looking at tonight.
I don't think Cincinnati loses either, by the way.
No, I don't think Cincinnati loses either. I just don't want to be involved in that game. That Houston team can be a pain in the neck, man. But I agree with you. I don't think Cincinnati loses. I'd rather take my shot with Memphis, though, to be honest with you, because I could see Cincinnati losing.
Okay.
All right. That's where I'm at with that.
All right, guys. So that's pretty much going to do it for that, unless you got any hockey.
Let me go look at the hockey real quick, because I saw some people have already plugged some hockey in there. Let me take a look and see what I'm thinking right now. I can tell you right now, I like the San Jose Sharks, so I'm going right back there again. It's at night, obviously late night. It's a 10:30 start, so I do like the San Jose Sharks. They did get a win on Monday night. I expect them to keep the winning ways going and get another win tonight. So let's look at the San Jose Sharks again tonight. Also, I've been picking on the Colorado Avalanche all season, so the picking is not going to stop as they're playing the Senators tonight. Let's look at the Senators at home tonight against the Avalanche. It's a 7:30 Eastern Standard Time start. I do like the Senators to beat the Avalanche. Elsewhere, Capitals beat the Devils.
Yeah.
Yeah, Caps beat the Devils all day. All day.
All right, sounds
Caps
good.
beat the Devils all day. So it would be the Sharks, the Senators, and the Capitals. Like all three of those tonight. Probably just do a two-teamer though with the Senators and the Caps, and leave the Sharks for maybe Dolo play late night to bail out in case there's any hiccups in the evening. But those are the three teams I do like as far as hockey's concerned tonight. I know Joseph Del Rosario tweeted me a two-piece. Let me just see who he was talking about. He's got Colorado. Yeah, see, there he goes. Yeah, Joe, you're right there with me, brother. Yeah, Ottawa, yeah, he's right there. So we're on the same page. Yes, definitely.
All right, sounds good, Dream. So what I'm doing here, and listen, guys, everything I've been plugging was either like plus 175 to plus like 350, 360, okay? But tonight, I'm not doing it. I'm going the opposite way. Tonight, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a 3-team money line parlay just for the teams to win only. It doesn't pay all that well, but it's like a minus 190 odds. I don't know if anybody's interested in getting involved in those, but that's what I'm doing tonight. I think I'm going to play it safe, just take the best teams to win, which are Wisconsin, Minnesota, and believe it or not, Dream, Florida Gulf Coast to win tonight. I'm putting the three of them together. That's it.
Ew.
Yeah, whatever. It is. Florida Gulf Coast will be in the tournament. And I don't know if you remember them playing North Carolina tough last year. Remember that in the first game?
For the first half. I do remember that.
Yeah. So this team has gotten better as well. So don't
That's
be surprised.
ugly hat. Add one of my hockeys to that.
I'm not. No way.
Yeah, son.
No way.
Get down with the shizzles.
All right, man. So that's gonna do it for us, Dream.
We're going to get out of here. Has got some stuff to do, and so do I today. Got to get out there and get some Trump protesters popping and get them on the move so we can go hit the Capitol real quick and protest and do our thing. Gang, it's always fun doing this program. Always fun talking to you guys. Interact with you guys, seeing you guys out there. Shy Pick, stop instigating. I can't stand that. KMBU, good to see you out there. Jay Snyder, JDH24, Shane Whitehead, Wayne Yarborough, Bud Cheddar, Sin City Maverick. Great to see you. Hope you're feeling well, brother. Oh, before I leave, Vegas Girl 92661. Going in for surgery. She's getting a new hip on Friday. We want to wish her prayers, and we want to hope everything goes well. And think that the recovery might be a minute, but hopefully, you'll be up and running and moving and grooving back to usual. So good luck with that as she goes in under the knife on Friday. So we wish her the best. Wooch GG's out there. Super Mario to the bank. Me and Super Mario, please leave Mickey Dizzles alone.
Oh, my man's always killing something. Every time I see him, he's like, I got a donut. I got a donut. I got
He hits up Mickey Dizzles once a day.
Oh, my God. Woo. Bro.
Have you had Popeyes? I know you probably haven't because you've been trying to do your slim down because you got real fat a couple of months ago. But have you had the Popeyes chicken and waffle?
No,
tenders?
not at all. No.
Son.
Yeah. You know what? I keep hearing about all this killing it that you're doing. So you know what? Don't embarrass us at the beach this summer.
Son, the chicken and waffle tenders, they ain't playing by the rules. Anyway, Wooch GG, Rick Lopez, good to see you guys. Baseball season is almost here, and I see all of you junkies out there messing with this preseason baseball. You know better. Do what you got to do. Don't come crying in the dream because you know better. I'm the Dream. Always remember who you with. Make the most of each and every day as you cannot get this time back.
Dream, white people don't eat chicken and waffles.
Oh, you know what? Trump does.
Trump does now. That was his first thing.
When he was signing a check.
At the presidential breakfast. Oh, man, we're crazy, man. Guys, we love you to death. Go out there, rock and roll this week, and get that money. Let's go.